needs it, Guesty. And Nob's doing a fantastic job. I think, you know, sometimes we don't notice the flashy plays on a rough, for example, because it's really easy to, you know, skim over it. But Nob is hitting the shots. He's getting his team the power-ups they need to win these games. And, you know, he's playing a fantastic roughs, and why not first pick him?
Yeah, Rouse is in a fantastic state at this point as well. The way that some of the interactions have been changed, you gotta admit, you know, that gadget button is doing a little bit too much damage that it's not intended to do. But, I mean, it's part of the game. You gotta deal with it, and Foot, I mean, they are abusing it completely. Nob's favorite brawler getting an unintended buff as a result. On the other side, though, on Humble, though, they are now pivoting completely. They realize that control is not the way that they want to play it. They're picking up the X Factor in the Mortis super early, pairing it up with the Meepo, kind of, I think, in a way, just protecting themselves from it. They saw Guesty play a disgusting Meepo in the last game, and they don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah, they absolutely don't want to deal with it, and Mortis is going to be out there to grab the blue star. Now, Meepo into Ruffs is not the best matchup, and like you said, they probably are picking it kind of to prevent the other team from going it. Otherwise, I don't quite understand it into the Ruffs matchup, but again, it's a strong brawler. I can kind of see it. And then Gene coming out. So Gene Ruffs is a very, very common strategy. We used to see it all the time back in the day, and they have so much utility with the pull, with the bags. They're really just a solid duo together.
The last pick, are they going to be going for something to compete for that blue star? Max is still on the menu. No. Foot, the formula remains the same. They want to play a control comp that allows them to flex, to control the tempo of the game without ever needing to engage in a direct battle, you know, head to head. They are basically making a statement that just purely by mechanics alone, we will tear apart the map. We're not respecting this Mortis whatsoever. Rocket lasers, Gene pulls, it's all that we need to deter Boss from making big plays.
Yeah, they're not very afraid of this Mortis right now. They went Brock, and you know, the jump, the gadgets from Gene, the push, and Squeak coming out. Honestly,
you like it?
I gotta think about it actually.
I mean, I'm prepared to look dumb here, and that's my job to look dumb so that everyone else can, you know, call me dumb. But realistically, the Squeak is outraged by everyone on this map. They've already shown that the wall break is the way to want to go. It does allow them to break through that roughs. It's one matchup that is good, but do you not just get punished by this Buffy Brock the entire game?
Yeah, really hard to say, and I'm sure we're gonna find out pretty soon, but I don't hate it. I think it's a decent idea into the Brock and the roughs especially, but
they can play really aggressive. Yeah.
I'm just not sure it's enough.
It looks like it's like they want to play off the fact that they're going to get this blue star, and then instead of turtling back in the base, I think the one way they can make this Squeak Meepo work, especially the Meepo because he's got such, you know, pretty terrible matchups here, is to, you know, pop mansions of Meepo and run it down. Create space for the Squeak to sneak up, try and spawn trap them, and play off that tempo. If they can just kind of split apart Foot Esports roster a little bit, that can allow Boss on that Mortis to shine.
Yeah, absolutely. Squeak kind of separating the other team. They can't group together anymore with those Squeak shots coming in. So possibly giving Boss a few more angles to, you know, grab a couple kills here and there. But again, they're going to have the blue star at the start of the game. They're going to probably sit back for a little bit. But they do, like you said, have a couple options to get a couple kills with, you know, some Squeak gadgets, some Mortis gadgets, and possibly some Meeple boxes.
Yep, we're going to be jumping into the game real shortly, folks. But in the meantime, just theorizing about the draft once again. I mean, if we saw this Foot Esports roster, I have to admit, if I saw this in other teams, other regions, I would have an eyebrow raised. I would make comments about how, you know, this Mortis, is it too much for them? Is Rocket Lasers that broken? I don't think so. Is Gene Lamp Blowout sufficient to block a Mortis? I don't think so either. I mean, this is a monstrous Mortis. I'm just looking at the rest of the Humble comp and thinking, maybe Guesty on Brock is going to show me a whole different world of interaction. Maybe, you know, by the time Mortis gets the first Hypercharge, Guesty's got 7 stars on his head.
It's definitely a comfort pick from Guesty. You know what I mean? Like, he's very comfortable on this brawler. He knows the interactions in and out, so they're very confident. They saw the Mortis. You know, these guys play against Mortis every single day. They know the interactions, and they're not worried about it. Whether they should be is another question, but their plan is probably to play together. Every time Mortis comes in, they're going to use as much gadgets as they have to, and they're going to try to shut down the Mortis before Mortis ever sort of gets that hypercharge. If Mortis gets hypercharge, it's a whole different ballgame.
I'm going to be curious to see whether Humble will opt to play defensive or offensive. They've got the blue star and 1 kill under their name. It's going to be Lukey on the point here, playing that dreadful boogeyman. The Mortis is on the point here. A 1 versus 1 Boss on his signature Squeak on that right lane. A very storied pick for him. The pick that won him his first World Championship, now being used against the potential best team in the world.
Boss really making that Squeak kind of shine there against the Ruffs, grabbing basically a solo kill onto Knob. That must be the reason why they were leaning towards that pick, and I like it right now. Gene Pool going to miss out from Angel Boy. A little bit of a rare miss from him, and the Squeak super is actually going to miss. If they hit that, would have been a great slow. They possibly could have looked for a kill. But again, Guesty's pressing forward, popping Hypercharge. Really, really aggressive. It didn't quite pay out.
Foot Esports are, for the first time, showing signs of shakiness. They're not sure how to break into this defense. They need to wait for Guesty to come back and tear apart more of this map. Symantec appears to be the target. I love how aggressive he's playing here. He's kind of just baiting out the movements. He wants Guesty to go after him. That's going to buy space for Boss to go in. Angel Boy's even going to get caught here inside the match with Meepo, plus the critical roll. And another shot there from Symantec collapsing onto Guesty. Ironically, I mean, we saw that Lukey would be the star, but it's actually Boss that is currently dominating Foot.
Yeah, and we question the Squeak pick a little bit, but I mean, they're clearly showing why it's so good right now. And Foot are not able to play together as a team right now, and every time they kind of split up, Lukey looks for an opening. Boss has all the stars on his head. Lukey is totally fine diving and dying and trading a kill. And look, he gets his trade. I mean, the 6 stars to 18, they made this look really easy in this first game.
And 22 stars will close it off there. It was a bit funny there, Angel Boy at the last second. He still opted to go for the pole, didn't give up. They're just testing his accuracy, and Samantha gave it to him. That was a pretty well executed play.
Yeah, I want to see some adaptations coming from Foot. You know, they can't be losing the 1v1 Squeak versus Ruffs. Ruffs can definitely just hold his own, slowly charge supers, and kind of just not lose that 1v1 probably. And so Boss not getting the value he did right off the bat in the first game. So again, pretty solid from them, and a little bit more action going on the left side. Guesty popping super, but not getting a kill from it.
Humble might just break the curse of 3 zeros today if they can just take this one. This is the first draft that I think we've not been too sure how Foot could potentially come back into this. I mean, just looking at the matchup, they have exactly what they want. Foot have no time even to make lane swaps because Lukey will always have priority on which lanes he wants to go. Boss is just so oppressive on his signature brawler here, showing off why this man won Worlds with Squeak in 2024.
Yeah, and they're kind of getting pushed back in the spawn right now, and it's looking all Humble, but again, lots of play to still be had here. 50 seconds left. The Mansion comes out, does not hit the box, but again, happy to just kind of spread them out and try to get Lukey an opportunity to possibly hit this Ruff on the right-hand side. But for now, they're happy to just kind of hold the lead here.
Indeed, Guesty's got that hypercharge. He could potentially use it here. Lukey goes aggressively there, manages to get one in the back. He will get pinched out eventually. No, his teammates are there to save him. Nice, beautiful dodges there from Lukey, but Guesty comes in for the lag, manages to clean up and claw back that blue star, but it is still fully in Humble's favor. The Mansions of Meepo collects onto 2, but with no follow-up from either the Squeak or the Meepo himself, there's no additional kills going to be going their way.
Hypercharge coming out from Guesty. 10 seconds left on the clock. Need to get a kill, but how are they going to do it? They're looking for Symantec, and they grab it. They grab the blue star. Symantec just maybe a little overextension. However, they're trying to stay alive. Lukey looking for the kill. The kills are traded, but Foot escape with the skin of their teeth.
And Guesty once again just heads up play from him, makes the call, tells the rest of Foot, retreat, I will run in. We have Blue Star and Angel Boy, that's all that matters. Rocket laces into the enemy to buy his team that space that is just desperately needed. I mean, just as we were saying that Humble have the draft here, they might break the curse of EMEA. They immediately just go back the other way and prove us wrong. They find the one play that works for them.
Yeah, both teams looking for angles, both teams showing that they can win this set right here. They both have opportunities, and both are right now playing for that right-hand side. Angel Boy does go down, gets the trade, but in return at least charge his super in return for that kill. So Guesty a little bit of trouble here, staying alive, totally fine. And again, Angel Boy with that super starting to push up the map.
And this is what we expect from this Humble roster. Boss is being pinched out there on the left, but Guesty, a beautiful super going in for him. Lukey could potentially make the flip side, but no! This is too much damage there between this Russ and Angel Boy. And the micro plays, that pull coming in there to disrupt the Mortis combo was sufficient and communicated well. Foot are just somehow able to make even in a comp that looks like an outdraft work.
Yeah, that pull was fantastic. It kept him in the Ruff super long enough to do enough damage and take him out. But a beautiful gadget coming from Boss across map, hitting the snipe onto Angel Boy. Angel Boy going down, but Guesty with the return fire. As long as they keep trading out kills, they're happy with that.
but are on the defense now, and they've got all the defensive resources they need. Angel Boy is on the point. He's even threatening Lukey. He's like, I'm gonna pull ya. I'm gonna pull ya. And he just flashes it and forces Lukey back there. I have not seen a Mortis run from the Plague like a Gene like that in a long time.
Yeah, it's very hard for Lukey to look for angles here. I mean, they're powered up, they're grouped up, and Angel Boy with another pull. And Lukey trying his best to get a kill onto Angel Boy, does get the kill and safely gets out, which is great, but they're still lacking a little bit of stars here, and they're trying desperately. With the utility of Boss, though, being wasted there, it's going to be tough.
A big pull there from Angel Boy with the Hypercharge will secure another kill onto Boss. Lukey has to make a decision, go for Angel Boy or go in the backline. The stars are spread out everywhere. He needs to get a total team wipe for them to win. Now a 3-star differential. He's got to get either Guesty or Knob to secure this one. But it's too little too late. Foot Esports now up by 2 entire sets in what we thought was an outdraft by game 1.
I think they just let that slip a little. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it looked fantastic in game number 2, and it looked like they were going to walk away with it, but Guesty said, no, I'm about to pop Hypercharge, and I'm going to solo kill Semantic and take the lead for himself. So maybe a little slip up from Humble, showing some cracks and showing why Foot are very